sent you what I call the syllabus, but it's basically the prayers that we're going to cover in this class. And I left the page numbers blank because I don't know what book you're going to have. And so you're going to have space to write your page number in, but it tells you the order. I'm pretty sure the order that we're going to go through the various prayers. Okay. And I might add, like I just say Torah service. So I'm going to add a little bit of what prayers we're going to do. But in general, this is for you guys to know in advance and to have a place to write down page numbers. I also attached to my email 2 documents that the ladies from my my beginner class should have already had, but the others don't or may not, I don't know. This one, there we go. This alphabet, I don't remember what this document is called, but we call it a cheat sheet, okay? Because it gives you an idea of how to remember what these letters sound like, or how to distinguish the resh from the dalet and the gimel from the nun, and little hints and reminders that are useful when you're first learning the alphabet. And also, some of these letters you don't see very often. So it's just a good sort of easy way for you to keep something handy in case you get confused. The other one, this alphabet, oh, I'm sorry. It's so hard for me to do this. Let's see if I can. Okay, that one I have to thank Mary Ellen for, I think. She sent it to us. This is lovely because it has the vowels so clear at the bottom with all the names of the vowels. And what I also like about this is it shows you the script, handwritten way you would see these letters, these alphabet letters. What I don't like about this list is it has phonetic or transliteration, whatever you want to call it, of the names of each of the letters. And it also has 2 very old reference points, Tav, Sav. Tav, Sav is not a thing. They're all Tavs, right? The Tav letter in modern Hebrew always sounds like Tav, never sounds like Sav. That's the old Ashkenazi way. People haven't said it that way in decades. Don't even think about it. Anyway, okay. The other thing to tell you is, and this was at the very bottom, I think, of my email, that I am teaching 2 sections of this. This is my morning section, and I have an early afternoon section that's at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 Central. If you can't make it one day to class in the morning and you want to come in the afternoon, just let me know. I'll send you the Zoom link and you'll come in the afternoon. I'm hoping to keep pace with both classes because I see no reason why you all can't keep up with each other. This class I'm not worried about because I know you all. I know if I push you, you're going to do fine, but I'm sure the other ladies will do just as well. All right, so that's my introduction for what it's worth. Anyone have any questions? Okay, let's just quickly go around. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I know it's good that you guys get to know each other a teeny bit. So just tell us your name and where you're from. What if you're in a sisterhood, you can tell us the sisterhood, but tell us where in the country you are. So Jane, I'm going to start with you because you're in my upper corner.
I'm Jane St. Leifer, and I belong to Habonim, and I'm here in New York, New York. And I took this class with Marlene and Ostro and Marlene Ostro and Arlene Fisher with Judy, and it was very good, but I wanted to just feel more confident with the letters.
So you guys, did you take the beginning or the advanced class previously?
The second class.
The advanced. Okay, so you're repeating the advanced class with me. Okay,
this
great.
is called advanced?
This is advanced beginner. So yeah.
Very good.
Okay. That's okay. Not to worry.
Thank you.
Barbara Brand, will you go next?
I'm Barbara Brandy. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, belong to Sisterhood at Temple Bethel, and I'm a geology professor. So when I have students with exams, sometimes it messes up my ability to come here.
But you
Hopefully that
always
won't
come prepared. Even though you missed, you were always on top of it. So don't apologize.
homework helps.
I do give some homework. Arlene Fisher, will you unmute? There you go.
Hi, I'm Arlene Fisher. I'm also from Sisterhood of Temple Bethel in Birmingham, Alabama. And here I am.
And you're in the bat mitzvah
Looking
class?
forward to it. I am in the bat mitzvah class. Yes.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Geraldine, will you unmute? Tell us.
I'm Geraldine from Columbia, Maryland. That's between Washington and Baltimore. And I'm in the conversion process. So I hope to complete that by June 25th. We have to see. Okay. And so it's Beth Shalom's congregation here in Columbia, and I'm a member of the Sisterhood. And I'm so delighted to be back with Arlene and see Marlene and Marjorie. So thank you.
Well, welcome. You are studying hard between conversion, bat mitzvah, and this. You are a busy woman.
Honey, you just don't know. Yeah.
well, you know what? I just hope you enjoy all of it. That's what matters.
If I didn't, I wouldn't be here.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay.
And I'm working on my okay.
Yes, you're not alone in that. That is an interesting sound. Marjorie, quickly, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Marjorie Furman. I live in Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm a member of Sherry Tefillah Congregation and Sisterhood. I am also the region president for Seaboard Region, which is the 6 states around Maryland, either in whole or in part.
Welcome. And Marjorie was in my earlier class.
Yes, I was.
Mary Ellen, next.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Bowers. I am in Highland Park, Illinois, not too far from Rachel. I am former co-president of our sisterhood, North Suburban Synagogue Bethel in Highland Park. I'm also the former Torah Fund vice president, and now I've stepped back into that role to help our board member who's dealing with some health issues, and I'm also the co-chair of our senior life committee at Bethel. I do have my own business. I am a court-appointed receiver, and I also liquidate companies in an out-of-court bankruptcy situation. Right now, I'm not that busy, so I'm able to be involved in doing this. And I converted, it'll be almost 12 years ago, and luckily they have this program. The conservative movement at that time was going through a metamorphosis, and Hebrew was not offered. So I'm taking that with Rachel's help.
And we're very good friends, Mary Ellen and I. We were co-presidents of Sisterhood together. Yeah. And we've been roommates at conferences too, region conferences.
Yes.
Anyway, all right, Sue, please, quickly.
I'm Sue Lushkov, and I also am from Birmingham, Alabama, and a member of the Temple Bethel Sisterhood.
Thank you. Eileen.
I'm Eileen Afric. I'm from Westchester, New York, Armonk, north of New York City. I'm a member of Temple Beth Torah, and I'm a photographer.
Oh, I didn't know that. Here we've known each other so many months, and we didn't know that.
Didn't come up.
Audrey, please, Audrey.
Yes, I'm Audrey Bashkin. I'm in Arlington, Virginia. And I'm a member of Agudas Achim in Alexandria, which is 1.5 miles from me. Not all of it, some of it's 1 minute from me, but, and I love my congregation, and I'm so happy. I did not realize after all this time that, Marjorie, that you were local also.
Oh yeah.
And Geraldine is kind of local. I have a cousin's widower. So my late cousin's husband lives in Columbia. So anyway.
This is why I'm doing this little bit of Jewish geography.
I love it. So thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Linda, we can't see you, but give everyone a little intro.
Oh yeah, hello. My name is Linda Burns. I am not a member of any synagogue. This is my treat to myself is learning Hebrew and studying for a bat mitzvah. I am a kosher caterer, and I have catered in most of the synagogues around where you have introduced yourselves. And I also work as a mashgicha. Most of the time, I'm cooking for.
Where are you, Linda?
I'm in Bethesda, Maryland.
Oh, you're
And
local.
yes, I'm local, and most of the time I'm cooking for between 6 and 10 people every week. Most of my customers are seniors who can't go anywhere, or young families who want to eat at home. I also cater weddings and bar and bat mitzvahs when they were not so virtual.
Lovely. Connie?
My name is Connie Katz. I live in Philadelphia and belong to Germantown Jewish Center.
Excellent. And Marlene?
Morning. Hi, I'm Marlene Ostro. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm a former New Yorker, though born in New Jersey. I'm a member of Out of Israel Congregation Sisterhood. I sit on the region board for member support and was newly appointed to the international board to represent JCPA. And I am the newest contributing writer to the new Outlook magazine, which hopefully will be going to print in the end of February or March. But if not, you'll get an online version first. And I took advanced beginner Hebrew with Arlene and others with Judy Kent.
Great. And in case you guys don't, the Outlook magazine is Women's League magazine. I don't know the frequency it comes out anymore, but
we don't either.
Okay, good. There we go. I'm not out of the know. Okay. Thank you all. All right, we're going to quickly turn to page 99 in Kelohenu because we're going to review the Aleph Bet. And I think it's important at the level you are that you know the names of the letters. I know you know how to pronounce them, but it's important to know their names, especially if I'm going to correct you. I think I'm going to correct you by calling them out by name. In other words, saying you're missing the resh in that word, or that it's not a resh, that's a daled. So I want you to know their names, okay?
Rachel, can you screen share that? I ordered a book, but it hadn't come yet. I don't know if anybody else.
Oh,
or I can go get another.
Can you get your old book? You have your old book?
Yeah.
Okay, grab your old book and I'll tell you what page it's on in that book.
Okay.
67.
67, right?
67.
It's on 67.
Yeah.
Rachel, did you say 99?
I did say 99.
Vocabulary of Jewish life?
No, sweetie, it's a review of the Aleph Bet. Are you in the
Ein Kelohenu book?
I am in the Ein Kelohenu book.
In the PDF I sent out?
Oh, wait a minute.
Did I say the wrong page?
Hang on. Never mind. Never mind, operator error.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I didn't realize I'd slipped to 103.
Sue, I think it's page 67.
Got it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. It might not be exactly the same as what we're looking at, but it's pretty darn close. Okay. So that's all that matters. Okay. So I'm going to have you guys read. Arlene, Geraldine, and Marlene, and Jane, I don't know how much your old teacher had you read, but I literally just go around my boxes and I have you all read. Because that's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to get comfortable hearing yourself read. I also think as we do prayers, it's my philosophy that for those of you who've been hearing these prayers for many years in synagogue, the fact that your ears know what the words sound like is going to help your eyes and your mouth say them right.
Sometimes.
Okay, so that's why I make you read out loud. It's my philosophy. At any rate, okay. Connie, will you start? And so we're looking at the column on the far right where it says the consonants, right? And so when you read, you have to kind of read a little bit sometimes to the left, because the letters that have companion letters with a dot, without a dot are going to be printed a little bit to the left. So why don't you read the first 4 lines?
Aleph, and then I go down, Bet.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet.
See, but you didn't go over and say vet. That's what I was trying to explain. I apologize. So vet, you see?
Oh, Olive, Bet, Vet,
There you go.
and then Gimel, Dalid.
Perfect. Okay. And so for those of you who are new to my class, so the bet that it does say bait and vate if you look at the vowel underneath, but in real life, nobody says bait. We say bet. So we're saying bet and vet. Okay. But literally the spelling there, because 2 dots is pronounced a, not a. Okay. All right. We're going to pick up after the Dalit. Marlene, will you read 5 letters, please?
Eileen or Arlene?
Or I'm sorry, Marlene. Marlene's
Oh,
reading
yeah.
better. I have to do a better job. Okay, I'll be
No,
careful.
I'm real confused here, Rachel. On the 99 page.
No, not that page.
Oh,
So
the other
we're-
one?
No,
No,
not that
no.
page.
The
So
little
we're
one?
in,
In the book.
yes, so that's more like it. There you go.
The little one?
The last one.
No, the Ein Kelohenu, the whole book, she sent out a PDF.
No,
No,
that's okay,
I
but-
must have just grabbed the wrong pages. Okay.
So the last page you held up that, yeah.
With the tiniest print, the continent, yeah, because it didn't say
Yes,
the
with
word
the
continent.
tiniest prints. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, so I'm picking up after, when did she add a Dalit?
Dalid.
After Dalit, yes, go ahead and do
Okay.
5.
So is that het or hey? I
That's
never got my
hey, hey,
K. And then we have Vav,
vav,
Vav, Zion, Het,
yes.
Te. We already-
Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Het tet. So yes. So and the thing to remember with hey, it's just a H sound. It's this open, right? Hey, as opposed to het is that back of the throat gurgly thing. Het.
So it's like Hey Jude as opposed to Hanukkah.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Okay. So Audrey, would you pick up after tet?
Yes, I would. Yud, is that, am I in the right spot?
You are.
Oh, good. Yud, Kaf, Lamed.
Go
Oh,
across.
I missed going across, yes.
You did.
Kaf, Chaf,
Thank you. One more.
I
To
knew
the
that.
left again.
I knew that.
Okay.
Chaf, Sophie.
Yes.
And then another one, Lamed.
Yes. That's good. So,
Okay,
because you got so many, all right, so on the kaf, chaf, chaf, sofit, all right? It's just kaf has the dot. Chaf is no dot, and it's not, chaf is much more like chet, kaf is like kuf, right? We just, those hard k sounds versus that back of the throat, and then chaf sofit is that back of the throat only comes at the very end of the word, all right?
is there a technical term for the dot besides pimple?
I've never, I don't know the name of that dot.
Okay.
I'm sure there is.
Okay.
I have to look that up. I'm sure I used to know it. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so we're gonna pick up after Lamed. Eileen, will you pick
Ma'am?
up that? Yes.
Mem, Nun.
Oh, you have to go to the left from
Oh,
them.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Mem Sophit,
Perfect.
Nun Sophit,
Lovely.
Samech,
Good.
Ayin. Oh, when do I stop?
Right there, Ian. That's perfect.
Ayin,
Sama,
yeah.
Ian. That's a
Ayin.
good place to start.
Okay.
Stop. Thank you. Okay. Mary Ellen, will you pick up next?
Hey, Faye, Sophie,
Mhm.
Zadi, and Zadi, Sophie.
Yes. Now it's really Sadi. It's a
Yeah.
T. It's a challenge to say, but it's not just the Z. It's a T S or T Z. Sa. It's T S really. Sa. Sadi.
Sa. But you got to hear the T before the S.
You
so
got to hear the T first. Exactly.
Sadi.
That's it.
Sadi. Okay. Sadi, Sophie.
Yes.
Kuf,
Julia.
Kuf. It's
Kuf, Reish.
Perfect. Julia,
Okay.
welcome. So ladies, this is Julia Loeb. She's the lovely woman who organizes all of these classes for the education committee.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to jump on this first class and say hi. I know some of you out there, it's nice to see you back in here. And
It's
I
another
just,
Seaboard Region lady.
yes,
Yeah, no,
yes,
thank you.
There are a
so
lot of us
much.
in this class.
There are.
that's great. So again, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm co-chair of the Education Committee and a Women's League Vice President. So we are the ones brought to you by, the letter Aleph and the letter WL for Women's League. And just please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. For some reason, this time around when I sent out emails, they ended up in spam for many people, and I got panicked emails from people saying, I never got anything about this class. So I don't know. I have a feeling I know why that might have been. We'll have to see, but I just put my email in the chat. If you add me to your contact list, that should prevent that from happening, and then you'll get anything else that comes out about this.
So you were
And
just
also-
missing one person this morning, and maybe you or I will check on her, Margaret Taylor, Taeler. She's the only
Okay.
one who isn't on today.
Okay. And I know most of you were with Rachel in the, where are we? In the spring.
Dinner. Yeah, we're
Most of
for
you were
dinner.
with her in the fall. So we tried to keep the class together like that. And then, and so you kind of know the drill, but you're in very capable hands. If you had somebody else in the fall, I know there were a couple who moved into. So that's it. I will let you get back to it, and just wanted a chance to say hi. So thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, Julia.
Thank you. Thank you,
Right.
Julia.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Okay, so Mary Ellen finished off at Kuf, and that's where I was making the comparison between Kuf and Kaf. The Kuf is a harder sound than the Kaf. When you see it, when you're reading that, it's a K sound, but the Kuf is a stronger sound than the Kaf sound, just so you know. So picking up right from there, Connie, I don't think, did I have you read yet?
You did. I started off.
I
at the
apologize. I
beginning.
go around my boxes and I can't remember where I stopped. So Marjorie, why don't you finish this off after
Okay.
Kuf?
Resh, Shin, Sin, Tough, Suf,
So it's Tav,
Tav, and Sav.
and Tav. There's no more
Oh,
Sav
right,
anymore.
I'm sorry, I'm
Right,
old.
right, exactly.
We're
Tav,
older.
Tav.
I know you learned it the old way, but now you're gonna
I'm
remember it
sorry.
the new way. No, we're gonna get your brain to remember it the new way. Tav, right. Ignore the fact that it doesn't have a dot, or it does. It sounds the same both times, okay?
Could I ask for a homework assignment from you, Rachel?
I'm sorry?
Could you do us a favor and maybe at some point give us an example of Kaf and Kuf so that we can see the difference in hardness?
Sure, when we come across it, I will do my best to remember and point it
That's
out.
great. Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Eileen?
Yeah, what helped me with the tzaddik was thinking of the word Timis.
Simus, yes.
Well, and I
that
think
helps
of,
me with the sound.
You're right. That's the right sound.
she's a better
Yes.
person than I am because I think of Surus. So
Same sound. I like it.
We should all think of Saudi, and then we'll all be at a higher level.
Okay, so that was all lovely. I think now we should jump right to Ein Keloheinu. So I know that's the name of our book, and it is the first prayer that he does in the book. And I urge you to read what he says about this prayer, because I learned something that I didn't know, which is, so everyone pull out your Siddur or whatever version of Ein Keloheinu you're going to have, okay? And So this prayer is an acrostic, and there are two basic kinds of prayers, formats for I guess the authors of most of our prayers. Acrostic is a very common method, and it's a method. I guess it's poetry really, and I never realized that if you look at the verses of Ein Keloheinu, the pattern is you see Aleph twice, Mem twice, Nun twice, Bet twice, and then it goes back to Aleph if you're looking down the right-hand side of the stanzas.
Yeah.
If you were to write all the Alephs out as A, B, C, D, you'd have 4 phrases of Aleph, and then the next line would be 4 phrases starting with me, with the Mem. Then you'd have 4 phrases with the Nun, no de. So, and when you look at that Aleph, Mem, Nun, you get Amen, which I never realized. And his point is that, this is, it's circular. Our services are a little bit circular. Our methodology, our belief in Judaism, it's circular. It all comes together in this lovely circle that just keeps going round and round. And so even though we've finished the prayer, and the prayer is very close to it used to end the service. For us, it doesn't quite end the service, right? But it's almost the last prayer we say in the service. And you finish it and you've said Amen on top of having said the beautiful poem song that you've just sung as well. So I found that very lovely and interesting. But this is why I urge you to read through page 15, I think it is, in the Ein Keloheinu book.
Yeah.
So 16, thank you. Okay, yes, up until Aleinu, there you go. So it's really lovely how he explains it all and the vocabulary he gives you, because essentially you have the same root word happening with ever so slightly different prefixes or suffixes. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, right? Mi Keloheinu, Mi Chamoshienu. This is the root words are the same, and I'm not going to go through them all because it's going to take too much time, and you all are supposed to be learning to read, not focusing on that so much. But he'll explain it all in the book, and he does a great job. So with that, we're going to just start. So are all of you familiar with this? I shouldn't say that, but tell me if you're familiar with this prayer. Raise your hand if you're familiar with the prayer. Okay, all of you are. There you go. All right, I'm not going to worry about it. So let's jump in and start reading. Geraldine?
Does anybody have the page number for Lev Shalom?
Lev Shalom, I do.
Yeah, 204.
204.
204. 204.
Got it.
I apologize. Please jump in if you don't know exactly. Geraldine, will you unmute?
Yes.
You have the prayer in a book in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, were you okay reading if I tell me if you don't want to?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's start with the first line, the first 2 phrases.
Okay. My speed, right?
Your speed, only go as comfortable as you can. That's it. You want to be comfortable.
Okay. Ein Keloheinu.
Mm-hmm.
Ein Kadonenu.
Perfect. You're doing beautifully. Would you like to continue or you want to be done?
Well, let me just do one more and then I'm done. Okay.
Well, you have to do 4 more words, okay? Which finishes this stanza, as it were.
Let me see. Oh my gosh, wait a minute, hold up. Malkeinu. Kamoshienu.
Right. Now, don't do it from memory. You did it beautifully. You said
I
all
can't do it from memory. I mean, unless I'm singing a little bit, but.
So you're reading the letters. The letters are telling you what to say. You did perfectly, really perfectly. Thank you. Okay. Linda, will you read for us? Do the next 4 couplets, as it were, or are they 2 couplets, 4 phrases? I don't know what to call them. Linda, you there? All right, maybe she can't hear us. Maybe it's
muted.
muted. I know that, but Linda, can you unmute? Because we can't hear you.
Where is, I was wondering
Yeah.
where he was.
Yeah, I was trying to unmute because it's noisy in here.
Oh, well, do you want me to skip you because you think it's too noisy?
They're walking away.
Okay.
Me, Kelohenu.
Okay, so
Me.
then now go slow down. So that after me,
Me. Kalo.
no, so there's no dot in the chaf. You see that?
K.
So
Ka. Kalo.
hello, wait.
Hello.
Elohenu.
Elohenu. Me. Chadonenu.
Perfect. There you go.
Me. Kamal.
So you see the shva?
Kenu.
So slow down 1 second. Slow down. So on the second, it's the second line of me, the chaf has a shva under it, and the shva is going to be a short sound. So chema.
Chamal Kenu.
Perfect.
Chamoshienu.
Chemoshienu. Yes, chemoshienu. Very good. Thank you. Jane, will you start us with the nun line?
No Delohenu. No Deladonenu. No Del Melohenu. No Del Lemoshienu.
Okay, so the only thing you're doing is you're kind of combining the first word with the second word. So you didn't do it as much on the first line, but so no de lelohenu, excuse me, I'm reading badly. The first line, no de lelohenu, no de ladonenu. So they're separate words. No de ends, and then the word with the lamed starts. You read it all correctly, but you kind of didn't have that break. The only thing I want to point out also is when we sing this at my shul, no de lelohenu, no de, okay, I'm wrong. So it's a question of where you put the emphasis. And you know, you read it perfectly, no de, as opposed to the emphasis being, that's where the emphasis goes. No de limalkenu, no de limoshienu. Lovely. Okay. Next line, Barbara.
Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu.
Lovely, perfect. So now on this particular set of stanzas, whatever we call this, of course, most times when it's sung, it's Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, or maybe I take that back. I think I've heard it Baruch as opposed to Baruch. And some chazans are very particular about putting the emphasis in the right place. The congregation kind of takes over and they put the emphasis where they want it. I'm just saying you're going to hear it both ways, but you read it perfectly. We would say this word Baruch, right? Not Baruch, we'd say Baruch. So just letting you know. Arlene, would you read the next 2?
Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
Beautiful and perfect. Thank you very much. Mary Ellen, will you read the last line?
Atahu Shahik Tiru,
Nice.
Ado
Oh, look carefully.
Avotenu,
That's it.
Lithaneka,
Try that one again.
Lithaneka,
There you go.
et ka, so that's the hard K,
Yeah.
Katorat
Tourette.
Tourette.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Hasamim.
Beautiful. Really nice. So I'm just gonna, you did it perfectly. Atahu, and this next word, shehik tiru. That's a hard one, but you got it. And when we sing it, it doesn't sound exactly like shehik tiru. I will tell you that.
Not at all.
Can you just do the third word for me, please?
Yes, that's what I'm exactly. So that third word, shehik. So you see the hey with one dot, he, but then you have the kuf after it. So you got to get a K, hik, tiru, shahik, tiru.
Shahik Tiru. Okay.
Okay, everybody good with that?
Rachel,
Okay.
can you please, I'm still not finding the page in Sim Shalom.
In Sim Shalom, it's on page 508.
Oh, wow, I was way too far in the
At least
front.
that's where I'm sure it appears elsewhere, but I'm on page 508 in Sim Shalom.
Thank you so much.
You should have stopped us. You need to scream out there. All right.
Can I tell a short story about finding it? I also could not find it in Sim Shalom. I couldn't find it alphabetically. I couldn't find it anywhere. But you sent us the YouTube of the singing of it, and I noticed that the next one was also singing of it. So I listened to that. Also, it's very humorous, and it was a Ben Stiller movie where he's playing the cantor, and the
I know that movie.
rabbi says page 508. So I grabbed my Sim Shalom and looked for 508.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what I was going to say is if you can find Aleinu, it's usually the prayer right before Aleinu. So
Yeah.
just so
Yeah,
you know that.
But you gotta know stuff to know that.
Back in the day, this was the last prayer before they added Aleinu and Adon Olam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly right. Okay.
Could you read the last line one more time?
Absolutely. Ata hu shehik tiru avotenu lifanecha et ketoret hasamim.
Is this recorded?
Yes, this is being recorded. And usually they post our class on Tuesdays, and usually I send a link. I try to look for it Tuesday, and I try to send an email to all of you with the link in it. So I will do my best to remember to do that. Do you want me to read through the whole thing smoothly so it'll be on the recording?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do that right now. Here I go, starting at the top. Ein kelo heinu, ein kadonenu, ein kamal kenu, ein kamoshienu, mi chelo heinu, mi chadonenu, mi chimalkenu, mi chimoshienu. Nodeh lelohenu, nodeh ladonenu, nodeh limalkenu, nodeh lemoshienu. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkenu, Baruch Moshienu. Ata hu Eloheinu, Ata hu Adonenu, Ata hu Malkenu, Ata hu Moshienu. Ata hu Shehik Tiru Avotenu Lifanecha et Ketoret Hasamim. Okay? Does anyone happen to know, is this on Behrman House? I don't recall.
No, no.
No, Yeah, I think I would have made a note to myself if it were. It's a shame it's not on Behrman House. Mary Ellen, is it on that silly guy, Let's Learn Hebrew?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know
was
either.
gonna-
I'll try to take a look.
Yeah, I saved
Yeah.
some of the links, but yeah.
That's okay. I made a list for myself, but I don't have it handy. If I can find it where it's literally, you can point to the word and have it read to you, I will send you the link. Okay. Those are really helpful. And I know that, it's good practice. The beauty here is, the words are very similar. So you just need to go slow and practice and you'll get the rhythm. Okay. And yes, Eileen.
What was confusing me was in the Lev Shalom book, on the bottom two lines, the tet is very different from the one on the cheat sheet, which has a more squared bottom. And when I was looking at it, it goes up to the side in the Lev Shalom. So I was missing that letter.
So you know what? I'm going to share my screen with you because I have the Lev Shalom page up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Mhm.
See that, Connie?
Hold on.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Y'all see my
Yes.
screen?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me again, Eileen, you're talking about toward the bottom?
Yeah, look at
The
look
last
at the
line.
Tier.
yeah, look at the
I agree
bottom.
with you.
Yeah.
And
it's-
as you were asking the question, I was already looking on page 99 to see what that tet looked like.
So you're talking about this tet here, right here?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
It doesn't look like the tet we're normally used to. and
okay.
It was
Let's talk-
screwing me up.
Well, okay, but let's talk about it for just a second, only because, so a tet is the only letter that, here, I'm gonna make this even bigger, okay? Give me a second.
Point to it
Whoa,
again on the
Right.
sorry, that did more than I wanted. Okay, this right here, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this letter is the only one that has this opening situation, this space up here, okay? And so regardless of whether the bottom is a little angled up to the right, or if the bottom is more square, or like down here with the samach, if it's flatter.
Yeah, I was thinking of the samach when I was
Right.
reading.
Okay, so the best comparison, I'm gonna make it even bigger.
No,
Okay,
no,
it's
that's
tet-
okay. That's okay.
Okay.
I see it. I see it.
Okay, so
I remember it as tear at the top.
Right.
say that
Oh,
again,
that's
Geraldine.
good, Geraldine.
There's tear at the
Oh,
top.
very smart. I like that. Tear in the top, because you're right. The samach, it goes all the way across and it touches. Here we have a tear, right? So it has an opening at the top. That's an excellent little reminder. But and this,
My question is, in the other Siddur, in the Sim Shalom,
yeah,
is it different or does it look the same?
I have to be honest, mine looks very much like this. The angle, I mean, I have not a very big print book. I think the print in Sim Shalom is a little smaller than the print in Lev Shalem.
Oh,
But it looks almost identical to this
okay.
print right here.
I guess
In
I just gotta get used to that.
In that Ein Keloheno book at the bottom of page 13, though, where they have the last line standing alone,
Yeah,
you can see what Eileen's talking about, because
Oh,
the
they did
tet
it
has a
flat.
straight base line.
Yeah.
So you can see it looks
Yes.
a little bit different. So that's
you're right. It's a flatter, it's much more like, it's like a flattened samach at the bottom,
right.
as opposed to angling up.
When I
Right.
got to that letter, I stopped because I wasn't sure what it was.
Okay, well, and so here's another one right here, right? At
Yes, yes.
Ketoret, it's the same
Mhm.
thing, but that tear at the top is the key,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you, Rachel. I have to learn another letter now.
You will.
You know what I've found also, Rachel, and why I'm really forcing myself to use our prayer book, because I think you're right that it's important that we get used to seeing the prayers in the context that we see them in Shul. But
Correct.
when I had to transition from our classroom book and from printouts where the lettering is bolder or is a different font, or
Yes,
vowels underneath are a different thickness.
yes.
This was really hard for me to use the prayer book. I'm using Lev Shalem. And the more I use it, the more comfortable I get, but that Tav was a good example of that.
And I know that, the original Shalom Aleichem book I sent to everyone, it was hard to read. Those vowels were small, they were smeary, it was not a good copy of the book. I then sent you the larger print one, which certainly, I think I did at least, my original beginning Hebrew reading class a year ago, they had such a hard time with the original one. So then someone shared with me someone had copied it in a larger print or something, I don't know. And it made all the difference in the world to how they were reading. So clearly they were seeing everything more clearly. But I agree completely, Connie, that my point is the typeface here is pretty standard. And the typeface, honestly, in some of certainly the old Shalom Aleichem book is not the same and is not so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's why, keep using and I can share the Lev Shalem on my screen, but I honestly think y'all are better having the book in front of you, marking the pages, getting used to the pages. But nevertheless, if you need, and as I said, I don't have a physical version of Lev Shalem, but I do have the whole thing in my computer that I can share a page whenever you want me to. Okay. All right. So, I think we have a little bit of time and we should go on to Aleinu, which is just the next page in whatever book you're in. Turn the page. Aha. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing because each of you has a book in front of you, right? And can turn a page. And let's just keep reading. I really don't remember where I stopped. So Marlene, will you unmute and read the first line of Elena, wherever the line ends in the book you're in.
Okay. Aleinu l'shabeach le'adon.
Slow down. Under the lamed, there is a vowel.
Under the lamed, there is a vowel. Okay, I have a
Yes.
printout.
I didn't hear the vowel when you said the word. That's all.
Aleinu l'shabeach.
Yeah, I was referring to the next word. I do apologize. You said l'shabeach perfectly.
Okay.
My fault.
La'adon.
There we go. Thank you.
Sorry. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol. La. Want me to stop?
We keep going.
La tate gidula leyotzer bereshit.
Perfect. That was lovely. Thank you. Audrey, will you continue from there until the next comma?
Shalom. That's it. No, shalom.
Right.
Asanu.
Perfect.
I wish I'd done Ein Kelohenu because I know that one. All right.
You're going to do fine. Stop making excuses.
Kago. That's hard. Kagoye.
Yes.
Ha'aratzot. Velo. Shamanu.
The dot is on the left.
Samanu, sorry. Samanu. Kamish. Pot.
That's it.
Ha'adama.
Lovely. Okay, I'm going to read it back to you, but you did it perfectly. Shelo asanu כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה. You did lovely, very nicely. Sue, will you take up the next line to the period?
Shelo Sam Helkenu Kachem.
Now the
Kahem.
Thank you, perfect.
Vego Ralenu Kechal Hamonam.
Lovely. So what Sue did there was initially she had a chet instead of a hey, and she corrected herself. And that's exactly correct. Okay, this next line, those of you with Lev Shalem, I assume there's a little red squiggly thing in the
Yes.
right-hand corner. Okay, so that's telling you that in this line we bow, but we don't bow at the beginning of the line. They can't explain all this because it would take up too much room on the page, I think. But so this line, I'm just gonna, Ba'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamulachim hakadosh baruch hu. So I read that just so I could explain to you in English now, Ba'anachnu korim. So it's talking about all of us together are about to do something. Umishtachavim umodim. So anachnu means we. Korim is that we're going to bend. So you don't want to bend at we. You bend after. Anachnu korim. So you start to go down. You bend your knees. Umishtachavim umodim. And we bend forward. Okay. So korim, bend your knees. Umishtachavim umodim. Bow a little forward and come all the way up before you say the word lifnei melech, before the king. When you get to lifnei melech, you want to be standing upright. Okay?
That's helpful.
Okay, just wanted you to know the choreography. And I think, so it's important to know, okay? Okay, it's 10:01 and we went farther than I thought, so I'm happy about that. I think we will continue with Aleinu next week. I'm not exactly sure how far we're going to get. It kind of depends on, you know what, Aleinu's, I think we're going to do all of the silent part of Aleinu together. We're going to read the, right? Because in Shul, they kind of mumble through it sometimes. I want you all to know it. I want to read it together. So we're going to do that. And I will then tell you also, I'll send you an email and tell you what the next prayer will be. So you can read in the paperback in Ein Keloheinu about those prayers before we get into them. But I also, so you're going to also read about Aleinu in your own time. Okay. Questions?
Thank
Jane?
you, Rachel.
Yeah, I had two questions. I printed this and I have a book. Does anyone need a whole printed copy? I would send it to you. It'd be my pleasure. Okay, Marjorie, if you just send me your email and your
Physical address.
yeah, your physical address, I'll put it in the mail to you.
You're
And
so
then-
sweet.
And then I would like to buy the Lev Shalom. Do you recommend a place or just go online and find it?
I just bought it off Amazon. It's $70 and change on Amazon. I don't know about any other site.
Which,
The rabbinical
go ahead.
assembly. The rabbinical assembly. Is that
Yeah,
where
they
I got
sell
mine?
it too. They do sell it too. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure
Oops.
how much it is. but-
yeah, I'm not exactly sure either. And I don't know if anyone, Jane, where are you physically? I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'm on the Upper West Side in Manhattan.
Because there's a bookstore in Manhattan that sells it, I think, for a little less than Amazon.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll look for it.
Yeah, I
I
can't
would
remember
check
the
on
name
the
of it.
rabbinical too, because sometimes they'll have a sale or something. So you might wanna
They
check
were
it.
selling Lev Shalom half price for a long time during the pandemic. I
Oh,
don't know if they still are. I run the gift shop at our synagogue and they were selling it for the price, the wholesale price that we get.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
Or you
and
might want to try that first because it retails
Where's
expensive.
that? Where's that, Connie?
Where is-
Rabbinical, was it the rabbinical
Philadelphia.
assembly?
I'd have to look it up. I
Okay.
Just maybe
Go to the Rabbinical Assembly site. Yeah, go
Yeah,
search
just Google.
Rabbinical Assembly. Yeah.
Okay.
Jane, thank you for asking, because even though I have Sim Shalom, my congregation switched a few years ago to Lev, and I might as well get it, because I don't think I'm going to be going to physical services for a while.
Wow, Arlene
Join
is
the
saying,
crowd.
Arlene is saying $49 at the Rabbinical Assembly, so it's a lot cheaper.
Oh, my goodness.
Great.
Thank you, Arlene.
Yeah.
First, I'm going to call
Plus, you can
Rachel.
go there, and also if you want, I don't know, I haven't been recently, but to download it.
Are they letting you download a PDF now?
Before, yeah. I
Okay.
haven't been on it recently, but yeah, because when I started, I didn't know what I was doing. I bought everything.
I understand.
That's
Right.
a good idea, but I think I went the real thing.
Yeah, I would urge you to have the real book. I think it will be really useful and more comfortable for you.
I agree.
Yeah. So
Nicer when
Arlene
you're
put the
traveling, though.
information in the chat. Arlene, you are swift. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We love Arlene Fisher. Here's the
We
Arlene
do.
Fisher fan club.
Yeah,
Ladies,
we are. We're
okay.
big fans of Arlene.
All right, ladies.
Thank you, Marjorie. I have your address. I'll send that to you.
Oh, thank you so much. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Thanks for the
Thank you,
information.
Rachel.